Gentlemen, as you know, Trump has taken over as the President of the United States for his second term on the 20th of January 2025. I have already shot up a video on his would-be policies and also his team. His policies may be maverick with his Make America Great Again thought process, and what are the executive orders that he plans or has already passed in this 1 month that he has been in power. Before I go on giving the highlights, I would like to state that we have an NGO called the Uma Dream Foundation, where we help the underprivileged child to get his right to education. And we have an e-commerce site called the Sonajuri Arts, where we showcase the art of Bengal. So every purchase of yours will help an underprivileged child to get educated. Trump has taken some bold actions to secure his border and protect the American communities, and this includes ending Biden's catch and release policies, reinstating Remain in Mexico, building the wall, ending asylum for illegal border crossers, cracking down on criminal sanctuaries, enhancing vetting and screening of alliance. Trump's deportation operation has caught the world by storm, and he has deported many illegal immigrants, with also 2 plane loads coming into India and also to other countries. The armed forces, including the National Guard, will engage in border security, which is national security, and will be deployed to the border to assist existing law enforcement personnel. Trump will begin the process of designating cartels, including the dangerous Trend Argoa, as foreign terrorist organization, use the Allied Enemies Act to remove them. The Department of Justice will seek the death penalty as the appropriate punishment for heinous crimes against humanity, including those who will kill law enforcement officers and illegal immigrants who maim and murder Americans. Now, his policy is also to make America full of energy and affordable, so that it can be great again. In this president will unleash American energy by ending Biden's policies of climate extremism, streamlining permitting, and reviewing all regulations that impose undue burdens on energy production and use, including mining and processing of non-fuel minerals. Trump's energy actions empower consumer choice in vehicles, shower heads, toilets, washing machines, light bulbs, dishwashers. He will declare an energy emergency and use all necessary resources to build critical infrastructure. His policies will end leasing to massive wind farms that degrade our natural landscapes and fail to serve American energy consumers. He will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord and will take emergency measures to reduce the cost of living. He will also announce the America's first trade policy and will no longer be beholden to foreign organizations for our national tax policy, which punishes American businesses, and his drain the swamp thought process, in which he will usher in a golden age for America by reforming and improving the government bureaucracy to work for American people. He will freeze bureaucrat hiring except in essential areas to end the onslaught of useless and overpaid DEI activists buried in the federal workforce. He will pause burdensome and radical regulations not yet in effect that Biden announced. Trump is announcing an unprecedented state of executive orders for racism, and he plans to improve the accountability of the government bureaucrats. The American people deserve the highest quality service from people who love our country. For this, he is going to establish the DOGE, which will be headed by Musk and his second in command, Vivek Ramaswamy. On the president's direction, the State Department will have an America First foreign policy, and he wants the Americans to bring back their values, and that will establish a male and female as biological reality and protect women from radical gender ideology. American landmarks will be named to appropriately honor their nation's history. And with this thing of cuts and tariffs and other executive orders in mind, he has been inviting world leaders. And recently, our own Prime Minister was invited, and he is the fourth leader to visit US and meet Donald Trump in his second tenure. And our Modi ji got a very warm welcome, firm handshake, a very big beer hug from Trump. And also, point to be noted is, while writing the visitor's book, Trump held and pulled his chair. And a Vision 500 has been created, though Trump has a thought process of having a presser where he gives concessions and holds tough negotiations with the world leader behind closed doors. But in this case, Modi also gave some concessions to the tariffs on the US trade, and there have been discussions on enhancing the trade to more than $500 billion in the coming future. Also, a lot of energy, defense cooperation, trade, scientific and research agreements have taken place. And in this whole gambit, before meeting Trump, our Prime Minister met Elon Musk along with his family, Tulsi Gabbard, Mike Walls, and Vivek Ramaswamy as part of the ongoing meetings for the agreements to carry on. So, what were the key highlights in the concessions and also the arm twisting by Trump? Though both have called each other great friends, certain aspects have been worked out. Both Trump and Modi announced that trade ties between India and US will see some wonderful trade deals, and Mission 500, that is to achieve bilateral cooperation in key sectors like defense, energy and critical technology, will be done. India's growing needs, Trump said, will have big things to talk about, like purchasing a lot of oil and gas from the US. Though here a point to be seen is US gas and energy is costlier than Russia. So we will have to make out a balance between what is to be bought to see that both the dollar and the ruble are maintained at a equilibrium. And both praised their friendship and said that the ties will grow, and like I said, by 2030 $500 billion trade will be grown. And at this point in the presser, Modi made a comment that if Trump has a policy of make America great again, we have a policy of Viksit Bharat which says make India great again. So if we join both of them, it becomes mega. And Trump also offered the latest F-35 advanced fighter jets and other defense cooperation exercises will be carried out. And one of the biggest key areas is that US has agreed to extradite Tahaur Rahman, who is one of the prime suspects of 2611. So let us see how the deals worked out between these two great leaders work out in future. Jai Hind.